This beautiful DIY pearl and crystal necklace has a subtle bow motif with beautiful crystal fringe. Its classic design makes it a great choice for bridal jewelry or any time that you need something with a little extra sparkle. Hi, I'm Sherry here at the Little Beading Closet. I just want to remind you to check out the description box below the video for a full list of all the supplies you need for this tutorial. First, you'll learn how to make one of these components that has the bow motif with the dangling crystals, either using round crystals or bicones, and then make a total of 5 of them. Gather all your supplies, including the 6mm beads and the 4mm pearls and crystals for the rest of the necklace. Learn how to put it all together and attach your clasp. Not everybody is going to know your secret on how easy this crystal and pearl necklace was to make. If you love this necklace, give the video a like or leave me a comment to let me know. Let's go ahead and look at the beads that you need to make one of these components. Down here I'm using 4mm round crystals, and you need a total of 8. You can either use a round crystal. You can also work this pattern with a bicone. You'll need a total of 10 of the 4mm round pearls, some size 11 seed beads, and 2 size 15 seed beads. Start out with 24 inches of thread on your beading needle. First, we'll make the bow-shaped pearl top, and then we'll add the crystals at the bottom. Begin by picking up one of the size 11 seed beads, bringing it down near the end of your thread, and you're not going to need any tail on this project. Needle back through the seed bead, and before you pull all your thread tight, come back through this loop formed, and then pull your thread tight around the seed bead. Next, needle through your bead one more time, and just pull that tight, and that will prevent this bead from going anywhere. And you can go ahead and trim off the tail. Next, pick up 2 of the 4mm pearls and 4 of your size 11 seed beads, and bring those down your thread next to the single size 11 seed bead, and then holding this in your hand, needle right after the pearl into the first size 11, and pull those beads into a right angle weave unit at the end of the pearl. 2 more pearls and 1 size 11. Allow those to come up here next to the right angle weave unit in the middle, and then skip over the 11 on the end, come back through the 2 pearls, and this time we're going to needle into the seed bead that we've not gone through next in line, and pull that all together. You definitely want everything to be tight, so hold on to your seed bead at the end and pull the thread as tight as possible, pulling the pearls up here next to the center. Repeating that all the way around with 2 pearls and 1 seed bead, bringing it next to the center, skipping the 11 on the end and needling back through the 2 pearls, and then coming into the next seed bead. You can pull it tight, but you still may need to hang on to the seed bead on the end and really pull it into place. We're just doing that one more time, bringing them down here towards the center, coming back through the pearls and into the next seed bead. And just make sure that you get everything pulled up nice and tight towards the center beads. Now that you have the 4th section on, we need to come back into the very first 2 pearls that we added, exiting next to the seed bead on the end, pulling the thread all the way through, needling through the size 11 on the end, and then back up the 2 pearls. And now we're going to needle through the seed bead right here between the pearls. Step into the first pearl, picking up 1 more pearl, and needle into this one here towards the center. So you just want to pull that so it sits right there. Coming through the seed bead between your pearls and into the next pearl. Again, picking up 1 pearl and repeating that, coming through this one towards the center. And then step into the size 11 here between the pearls. Now you'll be working with the crystals. If you're using the rounds or the bicones, the process is exactly the same. And we'll be using the size 15 seed beads, picking up 115, 111, and 115. Needle back through the size 11 here that your thread is exiting. If you use size 11s here, it doesn't fit as well. You can make it work, but it's just not as finished. Come in through the first size 15 on the side. And then step through the size 11 here. Pick up 2 crystals and 1 size 11. And bring those up next to the size 11 seed bead, skipping the 11 on the end. Needle back through your crystals and through the size 11. And pull that up next to everything else. Again, 2 crystals and 1 11, bringing that next to the middle. Skipping the 11 on the end and coming back through the crystals and the size 11. If you need to, pull on the 11 on the end to make sure everything is nice and secure. Needling into the very first crystal. Picking up 1 more. We're going to be coming into the one here on the other side and pulling that one up here in the middle, just like so. Come back through your size 11. And then needle down the 2 crystals coming out next to the size 11 down here. Step into your size 11. Picking up 1 crystal, 111, 1 crystal, 111. Bring that right here. Skipping over the 11 on the end and needling back up through the 1 crystal. Just want to pull this up tight. Again, you can always hang on to the bead on the end to pull out extra slack. Picking up one more 11 and one more crystal, needle into the size 11 here. Pull the tension so it's even, and then needle back up the 2 crystals towards the top pearls. And then we're going to retrace these right angle weave units to secure our thread, coming through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now I'll trim off the extra thread. Follow along and make 5 of these for your necklace. Now we're ready to start putting our necklace together. You're going to need 6mm round beads between each section. I'm going to be using the 6mm round crystal, although you could also use a pearl if you'd like. The choice is yours, and you'll need a total of 6. And to finish it off, 4mm round pearls, size 11 seed beads, and 4mm round crystals, or 4mm bicones if that's what you're using. I'm beginning with a length of 5 feet of thread that has a needle attached to each end of it. I'm going to pull it down and you can find your midpoint. And we'll begin with the bow section that's in the middle. Taking one of the needles, I'll be coming through the seed bead just here. Picking it up and pulling it until you find your midpoint. And then we'll be needling down here to the seed bead. Needle through this next size 11, coming down one more, needle through your 2 pearls, and step through the seed bead. Setting this aside, picking up the other needle, coming through the size 11 here, closest to the crystals at the bottom, up through this one, and again through your 2 pearls and out the seed bead. And stepping out my seed bead, just want to connect these 2 components together using 2 size 11s, your 6mm bead, and 2 more size 11s. Then needle into the size 11 of your other component. I'll just be bringing those together. We're going to come through our 2 4mm pearls in the first size 11 seed bead. Retrace the right angle weave unit and then come through here and out the seed bead. So now that I've come through there, just retrace the center section through this 11, down here, back through this 11, through the 2 pearls and out the seed bead. We'll be repeating the same steps on the top. 2 size 11s through your 6mm, two more 11s, and to this 11 here and your 2 pearls. Just pull everything tight and keep the tension even on the top and bottom. Retrace your right angle weave unit and come out up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, back through the one that you started with, and then through the 2 pearls and out the seed bead. And attach your last one here. Once you have your center component and the next 2, you'll be ready to start working on the strand of the necklace. To start the necklace strand, begin with your necklace oriented this way, picking up 2 of the seed beads on one needle and 2 on the other needle, coming through the 6mm bead and crossing the needle through the 6mm bead, pulling this up next to your beads, and then 2 size 11s, 1 4mm pearl, 1 11, and 1 crystal. On your other needle, 2 11s, 1 4mm pearl, and 1 11. You're going to want to just pass your needle through the crystal and bring these up next to your 6mm. And now our pattern is going to repeat the same way for the rest of your necklace. On one needle, you'll have the size 11, a 4mm pearl, size 11, and your crystal. And on the other one, a size 11, a 4mm pearl, and an 11. Cross through the crystal and pull everything up towards your necklace. Keep working on this, but before you get too far, you'll want to repeat the process of connecting your other side, and that way you can know exactly the length you would like for your necklace. After you've made the strands of your necklace to your desired length, you're ready to attach a clasp. For this clasp, I'm working with the ends ending up like this, and I'll go ahead and come into one of these holes of the clasp. And it's going to come and sit right here next to the necklace. I personally like to fill the inside of the clasp with a few seed beads to cover the thread. So then I'm going to be coming out this hole here, and then I'll needle into the seed bead and one of the pearls here on the end, and then retracing this, pulling it snug, coming back through my clasp, the beads that I put in the center of it, and back out of the clasp and down through my beads. Now I'll be switching my thread, repeating that with my other needle and thread. When the 2 threads meet up, I'll go ahead and knot them together. And needle a few beads away from my knot, circling my other thread back around to meet up with my first thread. I'll just secure this here and then pull my thread away from the knot, doing it with both ends of the thread and trimming it off. Now I'm just going to attach the other side the same way. Not everybody is going to know your secret on how easy this crystal and pearl necklace was to make. I hope you really enjoyed it, Until next time, I hope you have a beautiful day. If you love this necklace, give the video a like or leave me a comment to let me know.